having sex as I should have been. I go to the gym as well, and I was 24 years old. But because of my alcohol and me being lit very often, I made the bad decision of having unprotected sex.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. I found this very interesting video by Auston Holleman, who is, should I say, a traveler. Some call him a passport bro. I don't know how you describe him, but now he resides, he's a black American who resides in Kenya. So he seems to have moved there along with many other, so to speak, black Americans or passport bros. So when he did get to Kenya, he almost got entrapped by paternity fraud. So this is not a phenomenon only found in the West. It's actually getting more prevalent also in the third world, in Africa, in Asia, everywhere. Of course, because Austin is from America, he is seen as a cash cow wherever if he travels to other places outside America, and especially to the third world, Africa, and whatnot. So we are going to listen into what his predicament was. Then I'm going to give my commentary as usual. So please, while we're doing this, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video.
If you guys don't know, Africa is the home of its unlimited women, not just Kenya, just Africa in general has unlimited women. I don't know what the hell is happening here. Maybe it's the huge population and the fact that people are still outside a lot that makes it seem that way. But if you are a black American, it's besides South Africa, it seems that you can go anywhere on this continent so far from where I've been, and like the desire is pretty high. And coming here to Kenya, that applied here as well. Now, I was 24 years old at the time when I arrived in Nairobi, Kenya for the second time. And this was me still being new to the lifestyle of pretty much doing whatever I want, where I don't really work. I just upload videos on YouTube, post vlogs. So my job during this time essentially was to show you how much fun I was having. So it really wasn't a job. It still required some effort and work, but essentially it wasn't like me clocking in to be a barber like I used to. Now,
So the thing is, if you're from, say, America and even you're just a barber, if you come to Kenya with those kinds of earnings, you immediately jump to the upper middle class level. And if you're a single man, young, good looking, fit, you are going to have the peak of whatever you want. I know that can happen generally worldwide, but in Africa, it's more pronounced because how far the dollar goes. So for Austin, I think he traveled and he saw that and he came here and he realized just how much attention he can get from women, especially because we also have the tendency to look up to models like foreigners who come from America, from Britain, what the accent, all that different culture and what. And of course, I think and I believe strongly it's all tied down to the capability, would you say, that they have with the money. So yeah, so the money goes further, so they're able to pay a lot more bills, if you know what I'm saying.
because of that, that led to me creating a new habit of smoking cigars and a increased habit of drinking like never before. Obviously, I was still a functional drinker. I wasn't addicted. I didn't have to drink. But what you combined was remote income. I can be wherever I want when I want. And I had a good income too. And I had a lot of free time. Like I pretty much didn't, I did whatever I wanted. So, of course, if you're 24 years old and you're not a Muslim that doesn't drink, more than likely you will drink. And if you have all those factors together, it is very easy to just sit around and drink and hang out all day. Now, we all know that drinking leads to bad decisions. It even says it on the bottle. For example, for you guys that don't know what bad decisions are, when people get drunk, they speak loud. That's because your judgment is off. And when you combine this with being in a place where there's a lot of women and the women are attracted and you're drinking and you have a lot of free time, of course, sex gets involved in that. Now, rightfully so, I am a very firm believer that this alcohol habit that I had at the time, which I still have, and it probably won't be going anywhere. I mean, it's more under control now. But I was never. Let me just say that I was never, because you're gonna think I was some strung out alcoholic falling around, sleeping outside and saw.
The thing is, for most people, especially when you're having a lot of fun and you have the resources, drinking becomes part of the life because if you say you're just a YouTuber that gets money from traveling and that having fun, recording videos, I mean, it could become really part of the life, and you can't really. You start getting used to it. You start enjoying it more often than not. In my opinion, it's not something that you should ingrain yourself in. I think you should find other ways that you can enjoy other than always getting high or getting drunk. So that will happen, especially if you're young, still have the energy, you can recover quickly. It's difficult, but it always calls for wisdom that you tone it down as much as is humanly possible. You can't, it's not, it doesn't make any sense that any time you go out, you're getting drunk or at least getting overly tipsy. Something will suffer, and most of the time, it's your work.
I wasn't like that. It's just I was being a 24-year-old. Let's just say that. And I'm 26 now, by the way. And I was, of course, having sex as I should have been. I go to the gym as well, and I was 24 years old. But because of my alcohol and me being lit very often, I made the bad decision of having unprotected sex.
Let me stop there and please let me. I don't think I can be any clearer. In this modern world, forget the fact that maybe you might get better medication for all the STIs. The fact that you can tie yourself down to somebody you just wanted for one night with a child for 18 plus months, and you see that's forever. It's not 18 plus months, it's forever. The fact that action or lack of action of wearing a condom can lead to that should be enough for you to always have one. Always. And if you are offered some punani without a condom, you say no, or make sure you can go get it. That is what self-control can. That's how self-control can get you away from trouble. This has worked for me. I'm actually quite old. You wouldn't know, but no kids because the number of times I have turned down sex because I can't protect myself. It's not that difficult, gentlemen. You all just want to go back wild all the time.
Which obviously there's reasons why people do that. Obviously there's not. I want to make this clear as well. I do not have any STDs. We can verify that. We can verify that with the health department. No need to do that though. But yes, thank God. But anyway, that alcohol habit led to that. And yes, rightfully so, that was my fault. Yes, you can still drink and use protection, but obviously, as I just said, for you guys that don't know, alcohol does impair your judgment. I know there's going to be some idiot in the comments that doesn't understand that. So anyway, I had sex with this one woman in 2023, and yeah, I did everything I was supposed to do. Meaning that, like, yeah, I didn't come out of there. I made it. It was a really bad decision that I was doing often. Quite then, I was doing that a lot. Quite back then, because yeah, I was just doing whatever I wanted back then. I'm a little more responsible now. Especially that's kind of why I got this apartment and I furnished it and I bought everything in here myself because now I actually have a physical location that I'm tied to. So my care is up a little more. I actually have some responsibility now versus then I was living out of a suitcase. I didn't give a damn about what I was doing nowhere. I was living out of a suitcase. So anyway, this chick apparently thinks that I'm an idiot. And she comes to me I swear, and like we bought a plan B and all that and took a test and all that. Even though I was drunk, I still had some sense. And she comes to me the next day and says, "Did you know you can get pregnant in one day?" And I was like, "No, I've never heard that. I went to 12 years of school and then I went to college for a little bit after that. And I have never heard anybody say that you can get." And if that's the case, why?
No, once somebody ejaculates, you can get pregnant immediately. What are you talking about, Austin? I don't know if that's really the context because yes, just takes one shot. You don't have to have been there for days. Depends if She's ripe for fertilization, and you bust a healthy nut. That's all, Austin.
The hell does Plan B say that it can work up to 72 hours?
Oh, okay. So they're using Plan B. Well, I guess a one-off chance it could not work, but there we are.
So I don't know where you need. I think she needed to check her facts. I don't know where she got that from. So anyway, but I kind of just brushed it off like, she's bullshitting me. I remember I was in Zambia and I get a text and she sends back a positive pregnancy test. And I'm like, damn, all that little stuff I had been doing had caught up with me. So I'm like, okay, I'm panicking because I'm like, yeah, it's not about having a baby. It's about you having a baby. Like, yeah, I know I made a mistake, but God, please do not let this be real. Not her. So I went and I did a test. I texted her. I said, hey, you need to get how much is it? She said she said she wanted an abortion. So I'm like, okay, whatever. This baby's like 2 months old. It's not gonna be as crucial as if it was 3 or 4 months.
Oh my goodness. I can't endorse this behavior. I mean, Americans have become so dismissive of the unborn. They just kill so many of them. It's now in the culture. So he's just dismissing it. Just don't do it in the first place. Like, why do you have to behave? I mean, why would you behave like an irresponsible child? Then the cost of someone else's life, because it is a life whether you like it or not. That's low.
So whatever. I won't make this mistake again. Anyway, I'm in another country. I'm panicking. I'm not even thinking rationally because I just want this to be done. I sent her the money. She did not get that abortion. So when I got back, she said that there was some reason that the doctor said it would turn her into a monster. It would destroy her insides or some stupid excuse. And so I was like, okay, well, send me the money back. I didn't really need the money back, but it was just like, let me see. Like, why would I send the money back? Because you didn't do what you said. If I give you money to go buy a pizza and then you don't go buy the pizza, and if I ask you for the money back, that shouldn't be unrealistic for me to do that. So anyway, I didn't get it back. So at the time, I was like, oh,
You're asking for your abortion money back, Austin? Come on now. You're already like in the gutter. Just save some points for yourself. Jesus.
what? She pulled a baby scam on me. I had already accepted, like, yeah, she got me, whatever. She got me for a couple $100 for an abortion or whatever. Okay. And I also found out that they can't really even do that here in Kenya. I mean, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but
It's illegal, but they do it. We have the marriage stops and all those places set up over there.
the next thing was we ended up going to see a doctor, whatever you call the doctor, the family doctor that would handle this situation. And because I wanted to tell the doctor, like, hey, I think this chick is lying because we used a plan B and she was nowhere near her ovulation time. So why I know it's like a 98% chance, but the chances of us being at 2% are slim. And the doctor even told me, because the girl started crying in a doctor's office because she's a criminal. She's lying. She starts crying, and the doctor told me, like, I think you're leaving some information out. Not me, to her. And that's just like, oh man. So I'm like, again, I'm still thinking like, yeah, okay, I think this chick, I think I don't have nothing to worry about. Anyway, I left the country, went to like 15 more countries around the world, and I'm traveling or whatever. I remember I was in Romania, which was the next country that I went to after I was in Kenya that last time. And she's like, yeah, I need $2,000 for a high chair. And you guys really need to listen to this story because this is common for this to happen here. And for all you self-hating black men that's gonna say, oh, I told you Africa's not good, just watch another video, dude. Because this stuff happens in the United States and especially them white European countries y'all love so much. And it happens in Thailand, so I don't want to hear that shit. But anyway, she needs $2,000 for like a high chair, a crib, and something else. And I'm like, yeah, there's no way in hell that that's the cheapest of all that. Like, even, and I called my mom. I was like, my mom doesn't know what's going on at this point. I'm just asking her, like, how much did all that cost? And I was like, yeah, my friend is going through this. I didn't tell her it was me because I wasn't sure yet. And she's like, yeah, even in Texas, when my brother, who was born in 2009, she didn't pay that amount of stuff for those 3 items: high chair, crib, and the little bouncy thing that they sit in and play with the toys. So I ignored her. I said, yeah, maybe like $200 or something like that. But yeah, I'm not giving you a couple thousand. The average Kenyan is making $300 or $400 a month. And they're having babies. And yeah, I know for a fact that they're not doing that. It's not costing them several months of income to pay
Yes, you are the cash cow. Of course, by this time, I guess he was 24, he says, or something like that. So there's a level of naivety that is with young people often, that they, because of their arrogance also, because they think they know it all, it always catches up to them. But in this particular case, of course, he was the cash cow. He's the foreign, good-looking guy who she can tie down to take care of another man's kid. Unbelievable.
for a damn high chair. So again, I'm still thinking that this is BS again. So by the time I get, it's like 2024, and it's March, and I'm in Peru. And by the time I was in Argentina before that, I had already told my mom, because the girl kept sweating me, like, yeah, it's gonna be a boy, and we're gonna name it this. And I had already told her, like, yeah, you can have the baby, and I will, like, be there to assist you, but we're not gonna be together. Like, I swear to God, that won't be happening. This is completely a mistake. So anyway, March comes around, she has the baby, and she needs a couple $100 to get out of the hospital. Maybe the baby's mine, maybe it's not, but here's what I do know. I did make a mistake, and just in case if it is, I'm gonna do the right thing. So I'm gonna help her out. I said, I'll be back in Kenya in a couple months, and then we'll see the baby and we'll do a test. In between that time,
And that's what you must do without fail, no matter what kind of emotional manipulation comes your way. You must do the paternity test. There is no other way. Trust is all eroded, gentlemen. Don't be naive.
this particular mother, what you would call her, sends me photos. And I'm not really going to say it on here, but photos that of the baby, that if I got caught with them, I wouldn't really have nothing. Like, so I had to delete those photos. And she's like, yeah, see, y'all even have the same thing. Like, this is yours. I'm like, who does that? Did you really just send me that photo? So I deleted it. Because, yeah, that might have been a trap, too. Who knows? So anyway, use your imagination for what I'm talking about. I come back to Kenya, and you wouldn't believe that it took 16 days. 16 days for me to even get face to face with this baby. Now, let's go over it again. If you got pregnant by me at the time, a guy that's jumping from country to country, doesn't really have nowhere that he's actually living at, wouldn't you be at the airport waiting with that baby? Like, let me make sure. But no, it took over 2 weeks. So then I was like, yeah, I think this is, we're still going to go through. When I finally see the baby, I pick this baby up, and I don't feel literally, like, I don't, like, if this is a part of me, you should be able to feel some sort of energy connection,
There's no such thing. It is just you had already layered you didn't trust her. So you didn't trust it was yours. So you've already steeled yourself against it. There's no energy, no special connection. There's nothing like that. As there are so many men who feel that with kids who are not theirs. So no. Let's move out of delusion land and back to the facts.
Like, when I get around my family members, especially my immediate family members, like my brothers and and my father and my mother.
That's the familiarity you've grown up with and them and knowing who they are. In fact, if right now you are told that maybe your brother wasn't really your biological brother, it would things might change because of that information. And that's all really. There's no special energy, so to speak.
I mean, it ain't nothing else to talk about. Those are my family members. I'm gonna look at it as like, yeah, I don't think so. We both black. So, we both black, and, we got similar type of hair, I guess. And that's it. That's all we got in common from as far as I can see. And so I'm holding, looking, showing my mom, Like, what you think? I showed my dad. My dad was like, yeah, go get a test, which I was going to do that already. My mom, I think she just wanted a grandson so bad. And this is why women aren't in charge of anything, but she
Yeah, you see, she felt something and it's not even hers. That's negates the point you was talking about the energies. There's no such thing.
just kind of fell for it. And some was telling, all my male friends were telling me, like, nah, I don't know. All my female friends were saying the opposite. This is why I say men are in charge of the world. This is exactly why. Reasons like this. The logic is not there. Anyway, so I was like, hey, let's make this agreement. In the meantime, I'm going to pay for diapers, diapers and stuff like that, necessities. Milk and diapers. That's what babies need. Milk and diapers. I'll pay for that until this DNA test comes back. Comes back positive, then okay. We were just making sure. If it comes back negative, then hey, you have to find somebody else to pay for the diapers because I won't be doing it. During that time, I'm in car 4. I'm like, hey, which diapers do you get? I'm gonna get enough because it was gonna take the test like 2 or 3 weeks to come back. So I get you a month worth of diapers. No, I couldn't do that. I had to send her the money. And listen, if you're gonna be a scammer, you gotta have some better game. Like, I mean, because
Yeah, her scamming game was very weak. She really was not up to this. She was just thinking he was a dumbass because I think I've seen like a lot of the older men who come and get these girls here, they get scammed easily because I think they're more willing to accept the lies and the bullshit.
I can see that this is, but I'm just making sure. All my friends would tell me like, no, don't just ignore it. But I'm like, yeah, I want to make sure, because based off of how my family was, but I'm gonna get into that another time. Anyway, the test comes back negative, so I sent the test to her, blocked her. I was like, hey, good luck. I knew that baby would. I mean, I knew the whole time, and I was like, yeah, this makes sense on why everything was so strange the entire time. But I get a lawsuit. Like, she's like, oh yeah, I have a lawyer, and I'm like, is a lawyer gonna do? Like, I get a lawsuit, and the amount of child support. So this is obviously a money grab. The amount of child support that was being demanded was, I think it was about let me see, it was about 150,000 shillings, whatever at the time was $1,100 a month. Yeah, 150,000 shillings. I was on child support. My mom, my dad didn't even pay that much for 2 kids in Texas where the cost of living is 4 times higher. How the hell is that possible? I don't know. Maybe it's something else. Y'all let me know in the comments. Whoever wrote
It's nothing else. It was a cash grab. That's the salary of a mid-level manager in a bank. So in Kenya, so you can think what that is. It was a scam.
the document must have been like in the 3rd or 4th grade because like, yeah, the English was like, I think I had better English when I was in 6th grade, like literally. So I have to show up. I have the evidence being used against me is a negative DNA test. And what they said was the samples got mixed up. Who did they got mixed up with? We did the test together. Like, no strong argument at all. So anyway,
She was really bad at scamming. Really, I think she thought she'd bulldoze her way through. Maybe pay off the courts or something like that.
Anyway, as expected, they order a second test. They're like, well, can he pay child support until the second test comes because the baby's suffering? Man, when I seen that baby had on newer clothes than me. Shoes was whiter than mine. Baby's not suffering. I'm the one suffering. So anyway, second test comes back. She's like, no, you can't make him pay for child support if he has a negative test. Like, you're the one trying to prove against him. And the lawyer's just like, oh. And then there was just a pause for like 30 seconds. In between that, I'm a little irritated. We go to do the next test. She can't tell them where her real address is. When you send money to M-Pesa, it doesn't even pop up to her name. I'm like, is this chick like a drug dealer or what? I don't know what's going on. So then, I remember every time I'd see this chick out, sometimes see her out, oh, she's on a date. Hey, look, look, this chick got me in court for a fake baby. That's who you sitting with. And then I looked over and the chair she was sitting in was spinning around like the Tasmanian devil just ran out of it, just flying in circles. So then the second test comes back negative. And then again, obviously, because I mean, what the hell is going to happen different? It's science. Because I had even emailed the people from the first time, I'm like, are you sure? They said, yes, tested several times. There's no way it's going to show back up as anything else. Comes back negative again. And then they're trying to, the opposition is trying to accuse me of bribing. And I'm like, I don't need to bribe anybody. I already had a test result. So then get a third request for a third test, 3. Now, I thank God that this happened here because in America, if a chick says that you have a baby, it's yours. Like we'll do the DNA test after you pay child support for 6 months. oh, you signed a birth certificate and then you did a DNA test and the DNA came back negative. Well, you already signed a birth certificate, so you still got to pay child support.
They have it really bad in the West when it comes to this child support, and even if the child is not yours, they just put the child on you. I mean, it is egregious. That's why I even wonder why men still get married, especially in America. It is so dangerous.
Oh, you never seen this woman before, and she said you raped her or you beat her. Oh, well, you did it. I mean, she said it. That's America. So luckily this didn't happen there because I would be. So anyway, I'm getting accused more and more, and this chick is like trying to talk to my friends, and I'm like, where is the logic? Like, you don't think that I'm gonna tell them? First of all, they already know, but you don't think that I'm gonna tell them what's going on? We do a third test. It comes back negative again. Obviously, what is gonna happen is different. That's why I'm making this video today, because now that it's all over with, I can tell you guys, because I know you guys want to know. All of it was nothing. All of that was all of it. It was all a let's take advantage, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was something else. I don't know. Leave a comment what you think. One of my friends is like, yeah, I was out on a date the other day. One of my homeboys, he was out on a date the other day, and he's like, yeah, and this chick boyfriend showed up and showed out. I was like, well, what does she look like? I said, that's the baby scammer. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah. How the hell is she? What is going on? So anyway, that's just a story that you guys wanted to know.
Yeah, okay. I'll leave that there. Interesting. All that would have been avoided if you just wear a rubber. All that will be avoided if there's just a little bit more discipline on how we get out here. Please, gentlemen, be careful. And as with Austin Holman, good luck to you. You seem like a straight up guy. I've seen he does a lot of businesses. So I'm going to leave the video and a link to his channel down below. And then you can go watch other videos that he has over there. I don't know if you enjoyed that video. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. Leave a like on the video for the algorithm. And of course, subscribe to the channel, The Road to 10,000. And until next time, peace.